What's up, guys? Today we are in the H160 from Performance Group. We're going to do a little preview. I just want to show you guys how to pull in flight plan from PMS and fly the Magenta Line. So we'll get started with that. Alright, so you want to go to your flight plan, go to menu, import. You got to make sure that you have the file saved in the correct spot in the PMS. So you import from file, and that's the flight plan that we want. So we have the flight plan in. Alright, then the next thing you're going to want to do is get in the air. And once you're in the air, you can put your gear up. This thing is beautiful. It's insane. So today we're out at Clifford's Bora Bora scenery. So let's get to about 500 feet. Alright, once we're here, if you want to, you can go ahead and hit the auto hover. Just while you're doing this. So what you need to do to fly the Magenta Line is make sure it's on this blue screen, and you're going to want to couple the GPS. Then it's going to put it on navigation source and altitude, and if you have the flight plan set up correctly, it should just fly it. So it's pretty simple. I think the biggest part that I had trouble with on it was trying to figure out what the couple. I just didn't know that, you know. So someone who's more proficient in helicopter flying, in a helicopter like this, because I have flown before, but it was like 12 years ago, so it's been a long time. And also I flew a small piston engine aircraft with, it was actually an Edstrom F-28C and then an F-28. So both small, very similar helicopters. But anyway, so now, right now we're doing about 30 miles an hour. If we want to go faster than that, go ahead and hit your IAS. And let's just do like 60, maybe 70. Let's keep it right there at 70, and then this should fly the flight plan that we have. So we'll go ahead and check out our flight plan and see what it looks like today. I use little nav maps to pull this flight plan up. And as you can see, my waypoints are along this area here. And it stays pretty close to the line. Feels like the faster you go, obviously, the harder it's going to have doing some of these tight turns, because, you know, in Bora Bora here, we don't have very much room to really maneuver. We're not going very far. We're just going to go around the island and come back around. So. But for now, we will take a look. This is scenery. You can get it on like Sim Market, some other places. I think FlightSim.to has it, but Clifford's Bora Bora scenery is absolutely stunning. And coupling it with this helicopter, can't beat it. I'm kind of late to the High Performance Group game, I guess you could say. I have the freeware one, but I never really flown it much. But I can tell you, it's the best helicopter I've flown, and I don't fly helicopters very much. Usually I'm doing like group push flights on Twitch. You can find us at twitch.tv/First6TV. But typically that's what I'm doing. Oh, cool. So it's nice to see that it's kind of banking toward our line here. So we can check out our line. It's right here. And we're going to go over all the main points of Clifford scenery here. And it's just going to fly us at about 500 feet. Looks like 500 feet AGL. It's really neat though, dude. So like if you just feel like chilling and you want to put in a flight plan and let a helicopter fly you and take all the sights in that helicopter's going to give you, this is the perfect place to do it. And I'm pretty happy. It was super easy to figure this out too. I mean, like I said, I had a small bit of trouble with the couple and decouple, but basically what that's doing is when it says decouple, if you click that button, it's going to decouple it. If it says couple or CPL, when you click that button, it's going to couple it. You can't do it until you're off the ground, so you do have to get into a hover, or just in the air in general, and then then it'll allow you to fly it. It'll allow you the navigation to fly it. So as long as you have your flight plan set up, I used PMS here. I'm just learning PMS, so it's pretty cool to actually get to use it. It's been super simple to figure out. We got moving boats. There is like whales jumping around all over the place out here. Just a beautiful place. Clifford did a really good job with this, and then like I said, we got the helicopter on top of that, and it's just gorgeous. Look in drone mode. Ship in the background. The sounds are really good coming out of this helicopter. Oh, you got the whale down there. That's awesome. Yeah, what a good job. Yeah, so the HVG, the new helicopter, the 160 comes out on Friday. So I'm really looking forward to flying it with everybody. It's going to be a really good time. I think this is the perfect place to fly it. Another whale down there. I've been flying this helicopter every day since I received it. Now, this is just a preview of the helicopter. There are some things that will change before release. Obviously we were lucky enough to get a copy. So I don't think I've wanted to fly anything more in a little while. Probably the last thing I wanted to fly this much was the Wildcat. So, but they did such a good job with the sounds. I mean, the sounds are phenomenal. All the surface controls will make all their respective components move visually on the outside of the aircraft. So, in the way they've integrated the autopilot is just very good. It works well with TDS, it works well with PMS, so whatever one you have works well with both. Clifford even did the roads, look at that. So now, one of the things too is if you get like one of your elevations wrong, or excuse me, one of your altitudes wrong, and you can just go ahead and control the aircraft and get it back on track. So just make sure that when you're doing your flight plans, you keep them, keep your elevations correct. You don't want to be controlled flight into terrain. That's not going to be any fun. But they did a really good job here. I mean, everything, it's easy to start up. You got your pilots, you got your passengers for sightseeing. The tablet, there's all kinds of very cool stuff on the tablet. So you got your little nav maps, different sounds in case you want to take certain sounds up and down. I got the rotor blade slap all the way up. All your different failures, maintenance, and things like that. inside of here you can change everything for your fuel, your weight, temperatures, you know, how it's going to show up as far as like Fahrenheit, Celsius, etc. You can turn your rotor downwash effects on and off, pilot hide, you can change your EMS, or excuse me, you can change your FMS system software here, different equipment that you can put on and off. You can take your crew out here, so if we don't want her in there, we just want to fly by ourselves, that's fine. If you don't want to see your pilot avatar, you can take that out as well. I actually like seeing it in here though. Actually need a little fuel so you can refuel in the air if you need to. Change different things about the tablet here, so times and things like that. Let's see here. Anyway, this is the page that I've been using the most because it's going to be basically everything that controls your autopilot. So let's speed this up a little bit and see what happens if we speed it up. Let's do like 120. This thing will do like 160 without overpowering or without getting into the red. So 120, let's do 130. 140? Alright, I'm down. Let's do 140. I'm just super impressed with it. It's gotta be the nicest helicopter in the sim. And I think like as a streamer too, it's really helpful to be able to have a helicopter that will fly itself if need be. I mean, it's super enjoyable to hand fly. You know, so you can take your trims off here. Like if you were to take your automatic trim system off and just keep the AFCS on it, then you could essentially hand fly it, or you can click this button here, or you can set up a button on your HOTAS where you'd hold it and it would pull the manual trim release. But if you click it on the EFB, it's going to you'll actually be able to like turn it off and it'll stay off. But there's also, if you set it up in the documentation there, it'll tell you how to set it up where you can hold it, and you know that will help you if you're gonna like control flight into terrain and you need to maneuver and have control of the aircraft. Also, you can just turn that automatic trim off. So let's take a look at our map. As you can see, I've been flying all over the place out here. So here's where, let's see what it does here. Is it going to avoid it? Yeah, I think it's going to avoid it. So like, I think my problem was is I put, so you really got to watch when you're doing your flight plans. Let's zoom out a little bit. So my problem was is I put too much of a curve here. So the helicopter needed more room to go out and around. And so when you're doing your flight plans, you want to make sure that you kind of account for that and don't do very, super sharp turns. Okay, so this should be taking us to our landing spot here. But overall, helicopter's 10 out of 10. The scenery that we're flying at today, 10 out of 10. It's some of the nicest stuff in the sim. So we're going to go ahead and take off the navigation and set a button to do that where you double click it and everything goes off. Then we're going to take off.
Caution, terrain.
Just going to hand fly it back to our landing spot. Super nice to hand fly though. I just take off that auto trim, or like I said, you can hold the manual release, or you can click it. also turn, you guys know how I feel about TAWs. You can turn that off or mute it. Listen to that blade slap. I love that. And if you don't like that, you can turn it down, but I want to hear it loud as possible. So we already have a helicopter in there. Not too much wind to really even worry about, so. Put my landing gear down as it's reminding me. Just the sound of this thing is amazing. I believe they did such a good job with the sounds. I mean, it is spot on. Now you could essentially auto hover here and then drop your altitude. This, come on. Wish that guy wasn't parked there, man. Taking up my parking spot. And just like that. Then we put her down. Birds flying around. But yeah, so guys, that is how you fly the Magenta Line. So super nice to do, super easy to do with PMS and TDS. Again, we used PMS today to do that. And flying around in the H160, it's going to be released this Friday in the Clifford's Bora Bora scenery. So I hope you guys really enjoyed this and have a great rest of your day. Don't forget to check us out on Twitch. Also, don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you guys on the next one.
What's too spicy?